How long have we been on with this, Tanya? Just 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Got it on a mortgage?
Yeah.
And she's got it on a mortgage. At least it's not on a bridge. Good morning, guys. I am here on this quiet, unassuming street to meet a fellow property investor whose renovation has stalled. No idea why. Not quite sure where they're up to in the actual renovation process itself. All I know is that they've reached out to me and said, Andy, can you come and take a look? Can you help me get this back on track? Let's knock on the door and see what is happening. So here we are inside the property and we've had a good old look around, and to be honest, they're not far away at all. I was really pleasantly surprised. We had a good chat about it at a couple of different networking events, but all in all, we are very, very close. Main issue has been a lack of an overall plan, lack of clarity of the whole project. Classic case in example is the bathrooms. Now, plumber has been in and he has got like feed for the shower, feed for the basin, feed for the toilet, feed for the towel rad, but that's as far as he's got because he hasn't actually, we've got a rough layout but we don't know the products. So until we know the products, he can't actually bring the stabs out of the wall for the vanity unit unless he knows where the tap's going to be. Is it going to be on a spout that comes out the wall? Is it going to be a pedestal? How is it going to be? So that's the next thing that Tanya needs to do, is pick these products so that she can get the plumber back and get him in to do that, because generally speaking, electrics are all there. She's done a really good job actually of putting more in, because again, she's not quite certain. It's going to be SA, not quite certain how the layout is going to be. So she's left it open and given herself options. Again, the electrician has not been very clever in leaving some of these boards up. Quite a few damp patches, which is a bit unfortunate, but we've spoken about that. Again, it's going to be a case of checking the guttering. I think the guttering must be overflowing, hitting the flat roof, and that's why that is coming through there like that. But all in all, we're not far away from being able to get some skirting boards and start getting ready for paint, to be honest. Once the plumber gets finished, once the first fix is done, complete, look at this space here. Okay. It's going to be a really nice kitchen space on both sides, and then again we've got another bathroom down here. Should easily sleep 8, but the truth of the matter is it's taken far too long. How long have we been on with this, Tanya? 2.5 years. When I'm at my desk, I shall work out how much she's lost in income, because she's going to be SA in this. Sleeps 8. It's got to be 150 a night. Yeah, 150 to 170 pounds a night. It should have been 6 to 7 months at most as a project at a steady pace. 2.5 years. Got it on a mortgage? And she's got it on a mortgage. At least it's not on a bridge. That would have been an absolute disaster. But I'll do a little bit more of a summary when we're back behind the desk.
Here we are back in the office where I said we'd dive into some of the numbers in a bit more detail behind Tanya's essay and the costs that have been incurred and missed opportunities that she's had through the delays of her property renovation, and it taking 2.5 years to get to the point where she is now. Now, she's got a small mortgage on it of 45,000. I think that should be probably costing her around about £250 a month. So she's been paying for 30 months. That's £7,500 that she has paid in her mortgage. So what about the missed income opportunity? Well, if we say that I said that it was going to take her about 7 months to deliver that, that's what it should have taken ideally. That would give her 23 months of lost income from her using it as an SA. That equates to being about 687 nights that she's missed out on at £150 a night. That's just over £103,000 that she has missed out on. But let's be fair, we all work out SA on face value at only a 60% occupancy. So if we take that back, that comes back to being £61,813. But again, we're going to have some bills to pay, we're going to have some cleaning to pay and other incidentals like that. So I usually, for these type of calculations, allocate a third. That brings it back down to a little over £40,000 that she has missed out on by not pushing this renovation through and getting it delivered. So what we're going to do to help Tanya get this project done, dusted, finished, and earning an income from people actually staying in it as an SA. One of the things that I identified was she hasn't clarified with the trades exactly her final fit items. What toilet is she having? What shower is she having? Is she having mermaid board or tiles on the wall? Vanity units, tap types, skirtings, doors, architraves, all these things the guys really need to know so that they can then give her an accurate price. Already I have established with her a budget for the works that need to be done to the property in order to get it complete. And our budget is round about £20,000. I think that's very realistic, and it will give her the level of finish that she is looking for. But she doesn't have £20,000, so she needs to go out and raise that money. The best way for her to do that, given that it's taken her 2.5 years to get to this point, is that we can demonstrate to a potential investor that we're organised and that we know what we're doing in order to get the project done, dusted and finished. So I put together a few documents for her that will start us on that path. The first one of which is the fixtures and fittings list. You can see here that I've got joinery. It's a fairly simple sheet in that we have a skirting, a description of, a web link that will take a potential trade straight to it, and the cost at the time that she's looking, and where does she want that skirting. Sometimes you want more than one type of skirting. You might be different skirtings in the bedrooms in comparison to the hallway, but just giving her that flexibility. You've got a couple of different types of skirting. And then we go into the doors. Again, doors you might want between the hallway and the dining kitchen area. You might want a glass door to allow some light through into the hallway, compared to the bedroom doors, which need to be solid. All these things, handles, hinges, architraves, window boards, they're all listed there for her to pick and choose. This is the type of thing that I would like in the property. We can then go on to electrics is similar. Sockets. Do you want a plain white socket for the majority? Do you want brushed nickel in the kitchen and dining area, maybe in the lounge? And do you want any sockets with USBs? They all need listing out separately, so that, and saying where you want. The format that I've done this on a little spreadsheet is one way. Another way you can do it is on a physical drawing with different colour coding and things like that. But just to get going, this is what I've come up with. Bathrooms. Again, we've got 2 bathrooms in the property, so are we actually having a bath? If so, we need a bathtub and a waste, sink, taps and waste, shower tray, shower cubicle, waste, toilet seat, extractor fan, shaver socket, underfloor heating. All these things the trade needs to know. Once we've done that and she's picked those things, we can then start to allocate some prices, some budgets, along with the labour time that the trades are going to need in order to do these things, and we can just start to pull it all together. I've also done a very high level basic program. This is an intention for the work that's going to be done. It is not a guarantee, because we need to liaise with the trades. I have here in week 2 an electrician will finish first fix. He might not actually be available that week. We might have to wait until the week after. Things potentially need to move and change, but this is the very logical order in which everything will happen, culminating in about 9 weeks time from when we start, with furniture being installed in the property, ready for it actually to be an SA. And coupled with that, I did her a nice little explainer video just like this. It shows her how to use the forms and how to move forward. So I'm looking forward to, as she completes those forms, I can then help her on the next stage, which is putting the budget together, so we can then go to somebody and say, will you lend me the £20,000? Because, as you've seen from the previous part of the video, she is missing on a significant income that property could be generating for her. I'm sure you'll agree this is a really interesting case study, and I hope you will like this video and follow along to see, will Tanya actually complete those forms and allow us to put a little pack together that she can show to an investor so we can get the money and complete it in a short period of time, or will she continue to design on the fly and pay trades as and when she earns it? 2 very different strategies, I'm sure you'll agree, both with their pros and their cons. Which would you do? I'd love to know. Comment on the fly, or let's get organised.